Hi guys, welcome back. New video here then. So this week, we're going to start this week off on Tuesday this week, I think, instead of doing my normal Monday race. But Tuesday, we do stage 3 in Makuri May, castles to castles. So let's see how this one goes. Fingers crossed. I'm in the 570 to 650 category, 7:10, so pretty big field, pretty early on in the week, so pretty tough race, I think. Not feeling that great today. So let's see how, but not like in my legs, more just feeling a bit unwell. So let's see how it goes. I hope you enjoy it. And off we go. I'm expecting a ridiculously fast race here, like. Big field tonight, but it is Tuesday, 7:10, so early on in the week. 44, that's quite a lot. So I've heard the tactic is try and get over the climb with the front group. I don't feel great tonight though. I feel a bit sick. Everyone's all over the road, yeah. Oh, I've got a feeling the climb is just going to be manic. The guy soloing off the front already. Fair play. Oh. So I'm on the Canyon Air Road 2024. I've just upgraded my wheels to the Zip, is it 854s? Apparently that aero and fast. So I had a day off yesterday because I was quite fatigued. I don't know how much it's done. Oh, this is quite spicy to start with. Sat a little bit too far back, yeah. Just don't know if I can get over the climb with everyone. I did look on Zwift Power. There's people in the 50 kilo range on this. Already got above 300 watt average. He's not wrong. Here's a fast start. I've been told there's a course for the sprinters that can climb. Don't know if I fit into that category. I'm going to have to turn myself inside out to get out that climb. I think it's about 2k. I did have a relatively decent warm-up, but still, I'm 90 kilos. Some grasshoppers in here at 50. Everyone seems to have calmed down a little bit now. I didn't think the fast was that start, but there's people like over a minute off the back. Oh, here we go. So I'm planning to get out the saddle where I need to, but mainly on the red.
So I don't do much talking on the climb now because I'm just completely concentrating and just trying my hardest to stick with the group. It didn't set off as crazy as I first expected, so I was quite happy with that, but I just kind of try and drift myself to the front. The banner was a welcome sight because I knew I'd get some kind of power up as I went through it, and that would come in handy later on in the climb.
Power up banner. Just what we need. No feathers though.
Yeah, so the power-ups have a draft or aero, so not the greatest for the climb, but still useful. So like in my plan, as soon as I get to the red bit, I just get out the saddle just because I know that's going to give my legs a little bit of a rest from the seated position, and I just stay with the pack, and miraculously in that 10% bit I was still with them. So I sit down straight away, drop a couple of gears and get the legs spinning again, just kind of get rid of that lactic acid. And all I'm looking for now is that little respite of the blue bit before it starts again.
Oh.
So you can see we've dropped a few off the back, and the pace has started to go up again, and I'm sat a little bit too far back for my liking. Because I'm a heavier rider, I think I kind of need to be near the front on the climb so that I can kind of drift back through them if I do start to fade. Where at the back I'm working a little bit harder to get on, but I'm still only doing like 4.5 watts per kilo, where people at the front are doing 6. So the draft is paying off a little bit, but I'm just kind of mixing it up between sitting down and standing up, just to try and give my legs a little bit of a rest all the way up. And as we get to this last orange bit here, I know that I've just got to stay with the pack now, because once we hit that yellow bit, I'm pretty much at the top of the climb, and I'm not Not going to give it up. My heart rate is still in the 190s, so I'm definitely working hard. Watt average is 324 watt average so far, so I'm definitely pumping out some watts to try and stay with it. And this is, I would say for me, the biggest goal was just to stay with this pack, getting over this climb.
Oh. Recovery mode. My head went for a second there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of when Zwift do that, even though we're definitely not going that route. You can sometimes play with your head if you've not checked it. But if you look at the profile, you can see that we're not going up it. I do laugh at myself sometimes when I shout recovery mode, because it's like I'm reminding myself I need to go into recovery mode and get my heart rate down. But this descent is definitely all about recovery. What surprised me about this descent really was just the fact that not many people kind of pushed on too much to start with. I thought the way to kind of break the pack up on this would have been to attack at the top of the hill and see how many people could have followed. But we've got a lot of light riders here, so they would have had to work really hard to get away from the one or two kind of heavier riders in the pack. But a lot of those individuals that were hanging off the back have managed to get back on. And I think we've only got about 4 or 5 riders of the 45 kind of off the back of the pack. And this is a massive group to get over the climb with at the same time.
I think everyone's in recovery mode now. Might get some people pushing on at the front. Make sure I get with this group, not leave it. Yeah, I had chicken and rice about an hour ago as well.
Quite deceiving, the descent, because there's a couple of little bumps like this which I wasn't really expecting. Now, even though you can see them in the profile, I think I hadn't done a recce, or I'd watched a few races and not really noticed it. But you can see with some people are still pushing on the pedals down this incline and not really using it as a rest like I am. But at the top of the climb, you could see my watt average was 324, so I've already dropped 20 watts off my watt average by coming down. Well, at least my average is below 300 now.
Everyone's saying what they had for dinner. Well, mine was chicken and Mediterranean rice. It was lovely. Oh. Little bump there.
There was a lot of talk about food in the comments, and I'll be honest, I'm going a bit green here. So I really just couldn't think about food, even though I had eaten beforehand. I was feeling really, really sick at this point, and I think you can tell by the expression in my face I'm not overly impressed.
I am actually concentrating quite a bit on this today, even though we're on the flat. I'm in energy saving mode here, like. $8 miles or 12k, and then there's a sprint. Now what? I've won this already because I got over the climb with the main group. So that was a win for me. Like, doesn't matter where I come in the sprint. I didn't have to burn any excess energy chasing back on. So we've got about 30 in this group. I'm just soft pedaling now. I'm not actually putting a lot of power in because the draft's doing its job. Them at the front will be like 4 watts per kilo. And every now and again I'll put a few watts in just to make sure I don't go off the back. Little incline there. Gonna come out of nowhere. Pace seems to have gone up a little bit at the front. At the minute, it's still manageable. A few of these are dropping off.
Quite surprising, this middle section was just really steady. We're still pushing close to 40k an hour, but the pace didn't kind of have any massive injections or lots of like big attacks off the front. You'll see now one rider kind of goes off, but the pace is so steady that the pack just ups it a little bit, and we kind of rein him in really quickly.
You won't get away.
A couple more times in the race, one person will go off, but for whatever reason, it just nothing seemed to stick on this flat, so it was just a little bit of a wasted effort by some of them.
Gonna move up a little bit.
And just as I said, it was pretty steady. Pace kind of goes up to about 50k an hour, and we know that we're definitely on the run in to the finish, even though there's a couple of little kind of not inclines, just kind of rollers along the way. But the pace has definitely had a little bit of injection in it. I think they're trying to whittle some people down, but not many people drop off the back because the draft is really strong. So if you can manage to sit in the draft, you can see I'm only doing like 2.5 watts per kilo, but I can tell you the people up front are definitely doing harder.
Another attack off the front. Just dangling out there on his own. $8k to go. I'm definitely in the concentration zone tonight. I still don't feel great though. Group's starting to split now. This is a massive group to get to the finish with. This an attack. The shoe didn't feel very tight. I'm not expecting much from this side. So I'm just positioning myself near the front. Two miles to go. Someone's gone long. This is a massive sprint group, this.
So I do just try to move myself near to the front in this last K to kind of prepare for the sprint, but I'm kind of dead on my feet here. Like, I really don't feel great, and I'm kind of hoping that the sprint is as late as possible. So I've been told a lot of people go from 500 metres, so I haven't got a 500 metre sprint in me, but I'm just trying to keep an eye on it. I really want to do it under 400. Kind of 300 to 250 is my kind of optimum sprint. But I've popped my aero because I know that it's coming.
Well, there's a bit of an attack on the front. He won't get away because everyone's just ramped the pace up to catch him.
So I don't know what happened to the audio at the end of my video here, but it's just a lot of me saying I was devastated by this and I still don't feel great. But I think the kind of positives I can look at really is that this is technically classed as a Cat A race, and I did 3.2 watt average for the whole thing. So that's some massive energy saving. So I've got to be quite pleased with that. And I kind of did set out a goal before this, was to get over that climb, and I did achieve that. So I've got to be relatively happy with the outcome, even though it's way outside what I'm normally used to. Hi guys, well, an hour or so later, I've kind of calmed down and had a bath and sorted myself out a little bit. I still don't feel great. Definitely wasn't one of my best races, but 24th out of 44 that started. I think 39 finished, so I can't really complain too much. Like I said in the video, I think one of the biggest things for me was getting over that climb with the main pack. I'm very conscious that a lot of videos on YouTube, people just post their wins, so it kind of looks a little bit unrealistic for people. But for me, I post wins, losses, great races, bad races, just so that the everyday Zwifter, which I am, you can see progress, you see my ups and downs, and hopefully we have a few more ups than downs in the future. But well, a couple of days off, I think. I've got a ladder race on Thursday, so I might have a rest day tomorrow. But if I have a good night's sleep tonight, I wake up tomorrow, I might actually do this race again and see how I fare in it. But thanks for watching. Bye-bye.